Kokomi, a legjobb healer és egy elég kemény harcos is a játékban. Nézzük meg, hogyan kell a kis tábornokunkat felbildelni. Fegyverei sajátja a legjobb rá, Everlasting Moongrow. Vagy a prototype-émból több fegyvert nem is sorolok fel, hiszen egyiket craftoltad, másikat viselted, bőven meg leszel ezekkel, hiszen nagyon jók rá. Artefaktjaiban kicsi karakterünk az Ocean Haunted Clammel a legjobb. De viszont a Maiden's Beloved sem maradhat el mellette. Ezek az artefaktok nagyon jók rá, néhányan ajánlják rá a Milelitet. Gyerekek, kipróbálta, szedtem Milelit szettet, buildeltem vele. A Kokomim nem ütött semmit, és healben is elmaradt. Így ezt a két szettet ajánlom nektek, vagy 2-2 piecben, vagy 4-4 piecben sokkal jobbak. Statok, amikre figyelned kell pedig HP százalék, hiszen abból megy a healerlés és az attack is. Ezután Energy Recharge, majd Elemental Mastery, mi ugyanolyan fontos, majd ezután jöhet a Flat HP, és utána jöhet az attack statok, crit rate, crit damage, ezek számodra nem igazán fontosak. Jó buildelést hozzá, mert nehéz lesz jót kapni. És ugye most is fel kellene tennünk a kérdést, hogy milyen karakterek jók Kokomi mellé, hiszen bárki jó, bárkit felhillel, és bárki mellett hősként tud aratni, de viszont egy Ayaka ultiban, amikor a Kokomid beleultizik, pusztulat és megváltás van, hiszen crit hátán pörög. És jön az utolsó kérdés, hogy megéri-e a Kokomi C1? Hát gyerekek, megéri a Kokomi C1. Én gondolkozom még mindig, itt állok a banner előtt, és várom, hogy nyomom. El kell dönteni, még nem vagyok teljesen biztos benne, mert a következő karaktereket is szeretném. Viszont, hogyha te imádod Kokomit annyira, mint én, neked megéri. Köszönöm szépen, hogy megnézted a videót, óriási pacsi neked, aztán jó szórakozást Kokomi buildeléséhez. Bye bye! És kövessetek be Twitchen, minden nap content. Oh my god, Genshin Impact 3.1 bejelentő Genshin News. Gyerekek, eldobom az eszem. Nem, hogy csak a sivatagot bejelentették, nem, hogy csak 3 új karaktert jelentettek be, megmutattak olyan dolgokat, hogy oh my god, hol is kezdjük? Szóval, az első nagyon fontos dolog, bejelentették Sinót, Nilót és Candance. Ez fog érkezni a 3.1-ben, bennerük pedig nem más lesz, mint Sinó Venti, Candance, Niló, Albedo, és ugye nem tudjuk a 4 csillagosokat rajta. Ezen kívül, oh my god, bejelentették, hogy a Knights of Ivoniushoz visszatérünk. És Valka és Razor sztoriába fogunk egy kis betekintést nyerni a születésnapi event keretében. Ezen kívül vagy 5-6-7 eventet jelentettek be, 20 wisht fogunk kapni az eventek végére a születésnapi alkalomból, és úgy képzeljétek el, hogy ezzel nem is kell tenned semmit, csak minden nap belépned. És hogyha ez nem is elég, gyerekek, visszatér Inazuma, legijesztőbb kisgyereke, aki nem más, mint Skaramus, aped, és brutális dolgok történnek Sumeruban, az akadémiában és a sivatagban, és hát megtudjuk, hogy ki is a Scarlet King, hogyan is alakult a története, ki kicsoda, hol és merre jár. És emellett, hogyha ez sem lenne elég skacok, rengeteg gameplay dolgot, és a Genshin Impact animét jelentették be, és ennek is a trailere is megjelent. Ezeket mindet meg tudjátok nézni a Genshin Impact 3.1 bejelentő néven YouTube-on, a teljes 1 óra 13 perces szegmens, és Jézusom, eldobjátok az agyatokat, olyan trailerek, olyan dolgok vannak benne, hogy oh my god! Leírom a videó végére a kódokat, 300 Prime-ot kaphatsz belőle, ha időben beírod. Na, pacsi nektek, sziasztok! Hogyan buildelj karaktereket? Sumeru Edition, ugyanis Partneri az első 5 csillagos kit láthatunk, és Dendro buildet mutatok számotokra. Nézzük is, mire van szüksége. Dendro, kis nyomkövetőnknek, igazi nyomot csak a Hunter Spettel lehet igazán keresni, vagy, hogyha nincs más lehetőséged, az Amos-ból. De ugye nem jött össze az 5 csillagos I, és Partnerid még nem elég erős? Semmi gond, ott van a Wilbur, vagy éppen a Prototype, amikkel igen szépet tudsz buildelni, de hogyha ezek sértek össze, akkor van egy olyan, hogy The Real Descent. Na ez igazán jó lesz Partnerira. De hát, megvannak a fegyverek. Nézzük, milyen artefaktra van szükséged. Lássuk el. Kedves kis dendrógyászunk, artefaktjai a Deepwood Memories vagy a Wanderer's Path. Ezt 4 vagy 4 piecben, de akár 2-2 piecben is összehozhatod rá. 2 flat status artink, ugye mindig ugyanaz, HP és attack, toll és virág. Ezek crit damage alapon, crit rate-re, attackra és Elemental Master, majd a többi élet utána alapon működnek, de jön a sisakocska, ami crit damage vagy crit rate-es kell, pont itt legyen, aztán emellé majd jön a homokóra, mely Elemental Mastery, vagy atakot kell magában birtokoljon, és jön a Cup, mely Dendro damage bónusz kell. Kedves kis karakterünknek adjon, hiszen abból fog a legjobbat jutni. Nézzük! Sziasztok! Üdvözlök mindenkit! Pacsi! Pacsi, pacsi, pacsi! Szép jó reggelt! Hi, szép jó reggelt! Kristóf, Nana, Vadmacska és mindenki, minden kedves nem csetelő, aki itt van most köztünk. Sziasztok! Üdvözlök mindenkit! Folytatni fogjuk a tegnap elkezdett Lantern Rite eventet, és remélhetőleg nagyon-nagyon funky lesz a dolog. Én már be is léptem a Genshin elején Paktóba, és megígértem nektek, hogy ma lesz stream. Ugye folytatni mindenféleképpen a tegnapit szeretném tovább nyomni, mert hogy beszeretném fejezni azt, amit elkezdtünk a Lantern Rite-tal, és szeretném, hogy legyen végigjátszva. Este AC-zni fogunk. Lezárjuk a teljes keleti részt. És a hétre még jön egy PC build stream is, de még erről nem spoilerezek többet. A cuccok már nálam vannak, a napját, hogy mikor lesz a PC build stream, jelenleg még nem tudom, és ugye ettől függ, ezzel nincs még bejelentve, köszönöm szépen, és kacok amúgy, hogy itt vagytok, és ilyen csodát és jó reggelt mindenkinek, jó éjszakát akarom mondani. Most pedig akkor vágjunk bele az eventbe. A dailim nincs megcsinálva, ne basszatok rá se. Az a quest, hogy pörgessünk 2 napot. Hát figyeljetek, ezen kívül még fog kelleni legalább egy nap, de azt így átpörgetjük. Egyébként ki hogy aludt, ki hogy érzi magát jelenleg ki hogy érzi magát, hogy vagytok skacok. Sikerült mindenki kipihenje magát. Én valami eszméletlen fáradtnak érzem magam, és valami eszméletlen rosszul is aludtam. De I'm here, and a stream csak megy. A mai program... Menjünk talizni Ganyuval! Egyébként, skacok, a terveim azok úgy alakulnak most, hogy egy kis Discord upgrade-ot szeretnék jelenleg csinálni, és találtam új botokat, meg be fogok rakni egy csomó botot, meg ugye a Discord is fejlődik időközben, aztán egy új szabályzati rendszert fogunk kitalálni, meg fogok változtatni ezt lesz itt még mivel szórakozni. Már előre elfáradtam, nagyon pepecses a Discordot csinálni, viszont megéri. Ganyu! I'm here right now, right this time. Szép reggelt, Paldi. Közben gyerekek, fent a legújabb TikTok videó is.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon.
Greetings!
What time is it?
2 nap telt el, Ganyu. 2 nap telt el, Ganyu.
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many
eltört a
people,
nyakam.
human or adeptus.
Aha.
But the tale was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore.
Ezt már elmesélték egyszer, nem?
Power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an adept.
You really think so?
Na, még adaptálj lehet. Én a Cloud Retainerre szavazok egyébként, skacok, de kíváncsi vagyok, hogy ti mit gondoltok.
Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Maybe they gave her horns.
Ganyu. Guess that does technically make sense. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd
Olyan
get to the
cuki.
shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were
Elbújna egy
going to be
fa
okay,
mögé.
I'd slip away without a sound.
So stealthy, so cute, so cute. Lehet ezt mondani, hogy so cute.
Credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would
Sok
explain
sikert
why
a
she was
takarításhoz.
left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like,
Clean throat. Ha én csinálom ezt a clear throatot, akkor az miért hangzik úgy, mint amikor haldoklik valaki, hogy mint egy fuldokló beteg, úgy hangzok tőle.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, but as far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't complete. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her. I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's...
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time.
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival. Just in case.
Érted? Nem kell legalább akkor végre kaját vinnünk neki. De viszünk kaját!
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler? Paimon?
Seems like this is
Na látok a siveg a Cloud Retainert, oké.
She's made up her mind now.
Yay!
Paimon gets why she'd be so...
Jó reggelt, Nex! Rendben, szia Kristóf!
If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did you...
Hi mindenki!
Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
Paimont én is csak úgy jött, hogy nem. Egyébként, skacok, bekerül Discordra az új Genshin bot. Tudtok viselni, be tudtok rá regisztrálni. Kérlek szépen a Holyoleb accountotok jelszavát ne adjátok meg a botnak, mert én még nem vagyok benne biztos, hogy ez a bot megbízható. Egyébként ő jelentkezik be a Holyolebetekbe. Na, ez egy kicsit olyan messzi-messzi, szerintem ilyen... Attól félek, hogy feltörik a botot és ellopják az accountjaitokat. Másrésztről pedig amúgy tök király a bot. Tudtok viselni, le tudjátok kérni ugye a fél éves wish historitokat, hogy álltatok az elmúlt fél évben. Mindezek mellett tudtok ilyen nagyon király kis stuffokat csinálni, mint például nem tudod, hogy buildelj fel egy karakter, de nem akarsz rákeresni? Beírod, hogy per build karakter neve, és már buildeled is a karaktert. Ennyi. Tün 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 tün. Fergetegesen hangzik, Naomi. Egyébként... De Paimon, te repülsz! Mi a fasztól fáradsz el?
I can't believe it. Cloud... Huh? She doesn't like to travel. So in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Could she have her run into trouble? Legyen már trouble.
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes.
Na, most meg kell nézni mindent. Egyetértek Paimonnal teljesen, most nekem sincs kedvem az összes megnézni most. Jó éven nekünk, úgy, ahogy vannak ott.
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't
Yes.
hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Igen.
Yes, I think that...
So, all we have to do is get the traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the adeptus will come to the rescue!
If you're so sure, why don't you try?
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock!
Na, pont ezért kell kipróbáljuk, gyerekek. Tegnap szó volt arról, hogy Paimont használjuk Csalinak egy horgászás során. Paimon nem tud úszni. Ezáltal nincs kopoltyúja se, ezáltal ő a tökéletes Csali.
Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center.
Most komolyan be kell ússzak a közepére. Nem akarok. Jó, nekem jó lesz a kicsi sziget. Egyébként annyira mély a víz, hogy... Jahó, nem süllyed el benne.
Someone's drowning!
Jó, Istenem.
There was a kind-hearted adeptus here to save us!
Szia, vadmacska. Ja, ez nagyon vicces.
What is
Segítség.
going on?
Sao.
How do you
Senhe.
feel right now? Shenhe, and the conqueror of demons.
Why don't you say something? Please,
Gyakran leszünk baszva.
Paimon will explore. We're looking for an adeptus who's good at being, but if the adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find
It wasn't me.
Meghalok a rögéstől.
This adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
I'm fine.
Glad you're okay.
Ciao. Bye, bitches.
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Na, magyarul meg lett mondva nekünk, hogy még egy ilyet megpróbálsz, segget szétrugom darabokra.
You're right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor.
Oh.
I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year.
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Bye bye.
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hu Tao. I
Okay.
noticed she was using an adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler.
Úgy érzek, mint egy
Maybe
boiler.
it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
Oké.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her.
Sure.
Na, akkor dobd oda. Kaját hozott. Mennyibe, hogy így hátra nézzünk, és én 80 fogásos vacsora fogja ott várni, 700 különböző dissel és minden különböző dologgal.
In the other months of the year, I
Alkohollal.
have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people, sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
Ganyu gets embraced when people call her Lady Ganyu.
Is that what? So you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the mystery adeptus.
Yep. Oh, speaking
Mindenki
of
azt a Mystery Adaptert keresi.
any music while out.
Music?
It's
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
yay! That's really
We were just talking about this thing called music. And
Hello.
based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow
Micsoda?
me.
Oh, really?
Get! Let's go! Azt mondtam, hogy get. Get. Futás! Várjatok már, de hova kell menjünk, mielőtt itt hülyeséget csinálunk? Közben mondtam, hogy hülyeséget csinálok. Hát... Mindenki, aki suliból jelentkezik. Az órára figyeljetek rá a streamre. Ha! Na jó. Jövök, Shenhe, jövök. Nem akarsz adni egy 5-star kopit magadból? De olyan viccesen ugrik és mászik, jau, vele a legviccesebb játszani. Úgy ugrik, hogy... Nagyon jó. Na. Shenhem.
I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Oké. Miért kell sikíts, Paimon?
Paimon's got death! Paimon can't hear anything!
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams.
Ő streamet hallgat, nézzétek! Nézzétek, streamre edz! Ennyi. Senhely is bajdót néz, hölgyek urak, senhely is. Mekkora boob fókuszban van a kamera egyébként.
Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on
And a melody.
Go on,
is-
Paimon, sing us a nursery rhyme.
Let's get one thing straight.
Bármi történhet.
Nursery rhymes, but
Bármi történhet, csak Paimont ne hagyjátok énekelni. A Paimon énekelni kezd, én kilépek. Meg fog halni. Meg. Alright. Megszárok a Traveler énekelt!
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
That was a melody, and melodies can be...
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could
Az egy éve
see the
volt,
shy
gyerekek, hogy
lanterns lighting up the night sky
wow!
again.
Egy éve volt, amikor
We're all
Yunjin
there, raising
énekelt,
our
baszki!
glasses and drinking to our hearts'
Mennyi idő?
content on the jade chamber.
G...
As I watched Yunjin's
Egy
performance,
egész
I
év.
felt a warm
Azt a rohadt.
sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you
Az egy
hummed
éve
that
volt,
melody
ja.
just now,
Ja.
feelings from a whole
Egy
year
éve
ago
jött ki
came
Yunjin, és egy éve volt az előző
as
Lantern
strong as they
Rite.
were on that day. So that's the power of
Wow, Shenhe.
That-
Music definitely has
that
the
was
power
so
to bring up
deep.
memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullaby. I know some local folk songs. And a few other things come to mind. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
All of the sounds of
Yes,
Liyue
that's
Harbor.
right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence.
Az durva én vagyok, én mondjuk jó ideje tolja mindenki ezt a gémet már. Egy óriási nagy fan.
When it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us, each in that sense, we're all...
You go, Ganyu!
Milyen mély dolgokat fogalmaz meg ez az event így hirtelen. Okay, maybe some of them.
More like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Kuching and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
Yes, technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
Nagyon vicces vagy, Next.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city.
Please
Invite Kuching as well.
Aww.
I've planted many types of flowers.
Mi
I'm
fog
sure
ott
some of them will be to
történni?
your taste.
Shenhe, Kecsing és Ganyu. Igazából. Mi történik a sztoriban, várjál?
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you...
Do people say that?
I'm not completely sure either.
Matter, okay? You got the point across.
Szép jó reggelt, Melike, Jézusom!
I'm more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out.
Jézus feltámadásának ritkaságával jelennek meg itt mostanság emberek.
Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
Adept catching will be matching on any flowers.
Who dares refer to one not by one's adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird is living!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she, even after being chastised once already. Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights.
Very well.
If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
Háborút
One has
jelentez.
received your message from God.
Párbajra hívja.
On the matter of the adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
Yes,
I
please.
still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Happy Lantern
If you
Rite,
want to
huh?
release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite, you too. Igen, mostanában... Én örülök. Mindig örülök, ha itt vagytok, gyerekek. Mindig örülök. Szóval nem kell senki bocsánatot kérjen. Én örülök annak, hogy ti itt vagytok, ti nem kell bocsánatot kérjetek. Csak legyetek itt, élvezzétek, érezzétek jól magatokat. A lényeg mindig azon van, hogy érezd jól magad. Mert hogyha nem vicces, nem érzed jól magad, akkor nem éri meg. Hova kell? Ja, oké. Jó messzire kell mennünk, az egyszer bizti. De most meg lesz ez... De most ez is meg lesz, az tuti. Tuti, 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 tuti. Tuti, 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 tuti. Olyan viccesen ugrál. Nem tudtam felszedni a Sweet Flower-t, nem tudtam felszedni a Sweet Flower-t, ott a Sweet Flower.
Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
I'm not sure.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gathering long ago. This region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Seagazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what's...
He was an old friend and a former rival.
Túlélést mindenkinek,
Once he had brought
mindenhez.
out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result,
Enyhén beképzel, de
one
menni
often
fog.
his
Gyerünk!
treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me? When every
Úgy érzem, hogy amúgy
single one
annyira
of
nem
one's
cheapy a Cloud
accomplishments were crafted by
Retainer.
one's own hand.
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
Kompetitív, inkább ideges.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
Túl sok információt tud ahhoz, hogy ne csípjük, mert el kell nekünk mondjon mindent.
No kind of nonsense were we
Olyan, mint egy könyv amúgy a nőci.
Sometimes she would brazenly opine.
A csaj.
Why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or lady bird.
Get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the... Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creation?
Hány isten van itt
At the
már?
sight of him, we would all immediately drop the argument.
Hamarosan bemutatják nekünk a
For a night
The
of
God of
feasting and
Poops.
drinking.
Elég egy szar élet.
Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
Does that sound annoying?
So, as you can see, even one as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional. Even one could never find fault with
De miért kell
Marchosius'
amúgy ennyit mellé
As we
magyarázni?
ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor, and each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose. And
Na,
only then
vallomást
would the
tett az
banquet
alkoholizmusáról.
come to an end.
Mindenki mondja szépen egyszerre. Szia, Cloud Retainer!
To admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Street word ramble.
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam.
Oh, okay.
Wait, this
Wait,
is lovely.
This is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Devort? Or are you saying that it was Guizhong?
Don't she already?
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone. And Vogue, one should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning. No matter.
Hilicsere túloldalt. Hagyjuk, mit csinálnak ezzel, én bevérke, én nem láttam semmit, adjatok békén, kérlek.
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical
De
principles.
szép.
We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited
Wow.
the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations.
Miért nincs
But Rex
arca?
Lapis declared that Guizhong's obscuro vulpus mechanism was superior.
Oh.
Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts.
De
As for the
cuki.
story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, All that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetward Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been mystique and pride and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
Mi volt ez? Mi volt ez? Jézusom!
And you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of
Madame Pink tényleg egy
He
isten.
is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but
Egyébként a Cloud Retainer nagyon-nagyon
mention
szép.
eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty.
I'm no young and beautiful anymore.
That bell
Will you
has a
still
sad history.
love me?
Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins.
Beautiful
Since the
anymore.
right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly under.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh,
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting, but Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious.
Okay, jó. Gyerekek, I'm mental death. Please somebody help. Please somebody help me.
Music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither.
Szegény.
Music would go from mournful to soothing. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune, which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetward Rambler.
but if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here,
Hát én mindjárt sírok.
who else could hope to understand this tune?
Poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times,
Kötött valami kontraktot azért, hogy a Liyue Harborban maradjon? Ezt nem is tudtam.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this?
De miért öregedett meg ennyire viszont? Nem értem. Ezt valaki el tudja magyarázni? Chat, segítség. Miért öregedett meg ennyire, hogyha ő is egy adaptálj? Vagy csak változtatják a testüket?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually...
if I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How's...
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I too am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one, but this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise no loss can ever be undone. But there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on.
Mi ez a gyászfeldolgozó event? Kinek halt meg valaki? Ez nagyon fáj. Miért nyomnak egy ilyen gyászfeldolgozó eventet, gyerekek? Úgy érzem, ez egy pszichológiai terror.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping. And Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could mean any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that come before.
Kanyú, nem értek egyet vele, és szembe megy vele. Miközben Shenhe pedig megalázkodik neki, és amit mond, az úgy van, jó, megyek edzeni. De közben Kanyú meg ilyen, gyere!
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable.
Lectable?
Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Egyetértünk. Okay.
Once the Guili assembly... Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior.
Visszatértne!
Far too given to flights of fancy,
De miért kiabálsz?
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Okay. Kokogót, menjünk innen. Gyerünk, Kokogót, let's go! Let's slay! Máshol kell slayelnünk, bye! A Cloud Retainer egyszer ijesztő, idegesítő, beképzelt, és minden humanitárius tulajdonsággal minden humanitárius tulajdonsággal rendelkezik, amitől az emberek valahol félnek. Jau érkezése az a széttört a föld, de olyan érzésem van, mintha azt látnád, hogy egy ilyen titán landol a földön, hogy és tudjátok, homok, por, szétszáll minden, és felemelkedik egy óriás. Na, ez itt úgy néz ki, hogy jön jau, föld. És így hallod, hogy itt van a Cloud Retainer, micsoda?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived
Sipeljék őket, leszarom. Ez kicsúszott, bocsi.
Bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird.
Miss Illuminated Bird.
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying?
Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the
Street word.
Ah, yeah.
Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance. Ganyu, please continue from...
Értitek? Tökre zavarban van, és nem tudja, mit mondjon.
This all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his
Ganyu, and the story of Madame Ping. Ezeket annyira örülök, hogy nem mondják el az egészet újra.
That the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Let me think. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all. When mortal lives are so very... It appears that she has proven herself right.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
There is no harm done after all. Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue.
Mert megint tökre teszi a mentális egészséget ez a játék, bazd meg!
So how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. As she interacted more and more with them.
Amúgy miért van az, hogy minden kínai dologban az emberek a kis szarok, akiket meg kell védeni? Egyébként igaz, de miért van ez?
She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them, and a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with work that her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individuals.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today,
ez fáj. Ez nagyon fáj ez az event.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
De értitek, így elkap a flow, hogy érzed, hogy ez most fáj. Ez az event, meg minden fáj. És akkor megszólal Paimon, aki a kontextusból kibeszélvén egyszerűen elmondja azt, amit te is teljesen tudsz, szóval Madame Ping érzelgős most. És így állsz, hogy oké, wow, ez olyan, mint hogy virágok virágoznak a pollen, Paimon hülye, hát hülye.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every...
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of their...
Oh, yeah! Music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you... Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a...
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh. As much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this.
Na, meg tudod csinálni. Meg tudod csinálni.
Don't have the dexterity they want. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my...
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have but that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant.
És egyébként amúgy most mit csinálnak azok a Genshin playerek, akik azt hitték, hogy Madame Ping az Unknown God? Lefagynak? Összetörték a világukat. Szegények. Mondjuk ez a játék is a miénket.
I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if your granny...
Granny!
Whoa. What's everyone doing here?
Szép jó reggelt, Janfej.
And now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to...
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm well. In that case...
Happy Lantern Ride! Ugye mindenkinek el kell mondanunk. De Zsongli még mindig azt a teát várja, azt vágjátok? Vagy azt a pár bambuszt?
I haven't been able to find a chance until... I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all.
Madame Ping. Igazából megoldottuk a nagy rejtét.
As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness.
Wow, that'd be great. We'll look forward to it.
Amint valaki csak azt magyarázza, hogy Madame Ping miért öregedett meg, és a többiek nem, pedig egyidősek. Vagy hasonló idősek, ugye?
Specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains. Perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
Szóval nem tudom, hogy szegény mit rontott el, vagy mennyit ivott, de jól megöregedett a többiekhez képest. És most játsszuk a legfanabb playstylet. Mekkorát ugrik, figyeljétek, ember. Jau. Felugrik a fejére. Hui! Neked meg milyen kard van a hátadon? Nem adott kölcsön? Oh, you again! Elkezdi, oh, you again! Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Igazából ebben már belehaltál volna, de azért szórakozzunk. Talk to Dvorzsek. 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 Jó oroszosan hangzik amúgy. Dvorzsek. Wee. Még élünk, még nem haltunk meg. Hol a bánatban van Dvorzsek? Dvorzsek jövök, Dvorzsek. Ott vannak Kecsingel! Kecsing és Dvorzsek.
Welcome back.
Kuching.
Did everything go well? Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you...
Ja, elmesélünk neki mindent!
I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her... That certainly explains why it was such a powerful...
That's a really interesting first reaction.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what...
De miért öreg? De miért öreg? És miért nagymama lehetne? Úgy készíteni, úgy ki, mint senhéjék. Szóluk? Mindegy, nem beszélünk erről. Nem szabad ilyesmiről beszélni, gyerekek, szóval... Ő nem holt, őt eloltották, leöntötték egy vödör vízzel.
Her mind and wits are as sharp as they come. Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
Hát egyébként halhatatlanok, szóval valószínűleg.
Yes.
Veszek a madam is csak azért kell, hogy legyen.
That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Speaking of, Madame Ping wishes you all the best with the music. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Wait, are you serious? Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous.
Relax.
Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Oké. Mikor lesz a koncert? Mennyi van még? Akarom látni a koncertet.
He's already gone. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about it. Please, share your insights with me.
Catching?
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for, it can make people happy and moved. But it can also be sad and bitter. And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
Pretty much, though there was more to it than that.
Sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly. Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working? Mm-hmm. Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile.
Happy Lantern Ride. Oké, a Happy Lantern Ride-okat kell megszereznünk szerintem ahhoz, hogy az eventek eljussunk a végére.
That should be everything taken care of. Paimon feels like she's forgetting something. What was? Shoot! Latent. Wait, no.
Bamboo soup.
He wasn't in a hurry, so if we went anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked him by him. Anyway, let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Na jó, akkor így fog Hu Tao bekerülni a buliba. Zsongli elfelejtett levese. Szegény, itt várja, de így el tudom képzelni, hogy áll minden cuccal, egy hete fő értitek a cucc, és így... Hol vannak? Hol vannak? És már így a meteor a levegőben remeg. Csak jöjjön be az ajtón. Nyuszi! Kíváncsi, akit fogja eldobálni a cuccokat. Ez nagyon jó! Ez nagyon furán nézett ki.
Let's take a break here. Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight?
Wow.
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
Mindig elfelejtem, hogy a Genshinben amúgy léteznek. Léteznek a szellemek. Hát ne röhögd el magad, én vagyok, én ez eléggé leleplező, mit csinálsz.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here.
Spooked
Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth. Come on, knock it off.
Képzeljétek el, egy ilyen Narutós béka megjelenne. Xinyan.
Well, don't worry,
Kődarab.
because Director Hu's here to explain it all. There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition.
Aha, ABB. Kimaradt a CC.
We'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
De mik ezek az alsó megtekintési formák, úgy értem? Nem sok mindent tudnak Hu Taoban mutatni. But when you...
When you say flames roaring, are you sure this will be safe?
No, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yu-Hong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Huh.
Okay.
Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on this
Have
one.
you seen Zhongli, director?
Zhongli? He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends. It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performance.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me to perform here. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new. I can speak to that. Hu Tao is always full of fun surprises.
And jump scares.
Jump scares? Miért lesz Hu Tao egy horror történet?
Sure thing.
Oh, Traveler in Paimon. I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill. When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight. But I expect
Tonight? Oké, ma este van. Jól haladunk, gyerekek, már ma este van a performance.
You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
How to throw a party? Ja, ó, basz. Amúgy ezek jó messze elmennek ilyenkor. Jó, hogy nem szakad le a lábad, csicska. Hát hova el nem mész? Szaladgáltad itt a playert át a világon, baszki. Gyalog egy óra. Na, ott a szarvas. Meg a többiek. Várjátok, ebbe is beletrollkodunk. Figyeljétek!
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor?
Everything's great, but you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself.
In fact, Moon Carver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots.
Impeccable timing.
Impeccable timing.
Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism.
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey.
Yes, yes.
The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Of course.
Zhongli, Hu Tao told us to tell you something. She said it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. When she says performance, she must mean the Lantern Rite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance.
Director Hu.
As for the banquet, since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Yuppie! Eljön ő is.
The bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away.
Rex Lapisnak hívta. Fel se fogtam.
It's exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this machine is
Sokáig kell főzni lassú lángon. Ég alatta egy vulkán, és főt 3 percet. Kész! Így szoktam én is elbaszni a kajákat. Térjünk vissza Liuébe. Oké. De előtte. Na jó. Mennyivel gyorsabban üt Hu Tao? Lehet, hogy ilyen kis cukin lassan üt? Hu Tao meg... Mondjuk Ajaka meg még gyorsabban. De ugyanúgy támad, mint Hu Tao. Volt benne egy egész vadamalac! Do you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Csináltak egy ilyen összevágást Madame Pingre, hogy do you still love me? Nem ejtettem le semmit. When I'm no longer young and beautiful. És így full relételem most már, miért csinálták ezt az összevágást. Csak az a baj, hogy eltelhet akármennyi idő. Madame Ping fiatal lesz és szép. Csak ő nem akar az lenni. Oh my god! Oh my god! The time has come!
I'm honored to be here on the
Kislány vibes!
stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hu Tao, and this is a little something called...
The Flame Lilies!
A beat az nem rossz.
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch it set, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo!
Ez nagyon cuki volt.
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill?
I can't miss out on that.
Bajzó! Jaj, de fura, hogy levette a kalapját.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Shao Lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Shao Lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
Micsoda? Amúgy ez elképesztően szép lett ez az event, gyerekek, ez valami szuper cool. Kész vagyunk a Lantern Rite eventtel. Oké. Ó, és még van egy ilyen lezáró rész. És még nincs vége, nagyon vicces, érdekes a vége, értem. Fú. Egyébként nem akarok megbántani senkit, de a Hu Tao éneklése csak szerintem volt a Bentennek a ritmusára. Szóval, ha megnézzük azt a fogalmat, hogy Benten, szóval így... Szóval így van egy olyan ritmusa, hogy mondja a dolgokat, és full olyan volt az egész. Kivel csak milyen a többi nyelven. Nézzük 4K-ba! Oké, így hangzik japánul. Hogy hangzik kínaiul a dolog?
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out, bathe in moonlight.
Oké. Nem tudom, ezre mi van rátéve, de Jézusom.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly bit.
Jó, hogy most csendben lesznek. Na, ez a kínai. Remélem. Másképp hangzik, azért mondom azt, hogy ez kínai. FPS problémái megkezdek videónak. Nem tudom ki melyik véleményem van, de aki azt mondja, hogy a kínai a legjobb, azzal értek egyet, a kínai hangzik a legjobban. Nekem amúgy az angol is nagyon tetszett, mert tök hangzatos volt, és tök jól hangzott az egész. Azok ellenére, hogy még értem is, de így a legvégén azt tudom mondani, hogy az angol volt a leggyengébb a háromból, viszont a kínai volt a legerősebb, a kínai nagyon jó volt. Azt sem tudom, meddig kell várjak, holnap várjál. A koreait nem hallgattam meg. De ezzel egyetértek, hogy kínai, japán, és akkor nekem az angol, mert a koreait nem hallgattam meg. Az angol lett a legkevésbé hozzáillő, bár amúgy nehéz lett volna, gondolom, az azonos szöveget angolul jól kihozni. Hát mondjuk egy kicsit több efforttal lehetett volna jobb. Bár nem biztos, hogy a szinkron színésznek van. Nem biztos, hogy szegény szinkronszínész amúgy tud énekelni, szóval így képzeljétek el, felveszek egy játékba szinkronszínészek, és aztán kitalálják 2 év után, hogy te most énekelni fogsz a karaktered nevében, és így állsz, hogy a fürdőszobában a túlzsolóval öncsemerek, nem, hogy így. És akkor így elénekled azért is. És ott megy, hogy nem halok meg, nem halok.
And we'll be meeting at Shinya Kiosk. It's the place with a really long wait list. As expected of the parlor director.
Come on! Miért megyünk be amúgy Childhoz? Child? Valami... Üdvözletem, Child. Úgy tudom, hogy ez itt Child helye.
How it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism?
Én annak kipróbáltam a kínaival is játékot, de a japánt jobban értem, megszoktam. Én az angolt szoktam meg, és én azt értem, szóval én erre vagyok ráállva. Happy Lantern Ride, bár eltelt már 2 nap, gyerekek. Rizs, zöld cucc, trutyi. Happy Lantern Ride. I'm learning a lot.
I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this. I heard that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yunjin's gonna help her.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their
Yunjin, Hu Tao, Xinyan.
They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
És mikor jönnek a többiek?
Spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
New recipe? Let Paimon see. Someone here knows how to encourage people. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too.
A puding, velem kaják.
Useful pointers that really drove it home for me.
Hát ez a boomer szar még főzni legalább tud. Nem olyan, mint Raiden.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally revolved around cooking.
Zsonglők, senki nem mondta el, hogy már nem divat hagyni egy nagyon hosszú tincset, ami a segedig leér, hogy esetleg azzal törölt ki, hogyha nincs WC papír.
My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always do. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr. Zhong.
That sounds like it might become a little safer to...
How about I sample the dishes next?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're missing some. Oh,
Három ember is hiányzik.
but she's not here. And, Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept Hu Tao's invitation. As for Hu Tao...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being.
Ah, okay.
Like it's almost time.
Huh? Hu Tao went to fetch someone in person?
De és behozza a doktort, értitek így megállunk, hogy...
Could it be cooking? Ningguang? Or...
Captain Beidou?
Clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details.
Na nézzük. És megérkezett. Lehet fogadni, hogy ki lesz ez. Várjátok, rájövünk hangból.
We're not late to the party, right? Right?
Oké.
The conqueror of demons and I are both as swift as the
Ó,
wind.
Shao.
And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Felkeltőjelek.
I see. So the important guest is the conqueror of demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Leo's peace, Adeptus Alatus. To convene here with all of you is indeed a great honor.
Húha. Nem úgy érzem, hogy Shao meg Zsongli akartak pont most találkozni. Micsoda? Micsoda? Mi volt pár napja? Mi?
It's almost Lantern Rite, yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yanxiao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
Ennyi! Ennyi! De most azt hinnéd, hogy valami nagy dolog történt, és azért nézek így egymásra, erre meg... Hát nem lett meg az olaj.
Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own
Nem mondja azt, hogy Zsongli, hanem... Sir. Sir. Sure. Van benne valami.
The conqueror of demons and the traveler are pretty close, no?
We're old friends.
You two sit.
You should take a seat too, director.
Oh, finally remember when we arrived just now, the host at Xinyue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
És ki az utolsó? Ki az, aki nem jelent meg, hát?
Paimon would have never guessed the person Hu Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
You know Xiao's
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations, dispelling evil together, both in the open and hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Chongyun has brought that name up quite a few times. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of
we know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-up. I didn't think we'd have the chance to
Olyan jó, hogy megemlítenek régi dolgokat, és ilyen nagyon cukin összefogalmazzák, és egy teljesen élhető és normális, és így természetes lendületből menő beszélgetést hoznak össze. Ez nagyon cukin meg lett csinálva. Most keltem fel egyébként, én úgy érzem, hogy... Wake up! Wakey, wakey! Lemon sticky!
Mighty Conqueror of Demons! Please accept Paimon's greetings too! Belated Happy Lantern Rite!
Belated isn't the right word to use here.
Very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. Too much formality kills the atmosphere. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone.
Na, innentől mindenki beszéljen csúnyán, úgy jól fogsz hangzani.
What's your true intention then?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky, bidding farewell to the past and embracing the present with joy. And that is something our consultant would say. I think it deserves a standing ovation.
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all work.
És ez az a vicces és érdekes lezárás.
Traveling or guiding, cooking, helping with the family business, exercising evil spirits, or conquering demons. And of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the parlor every now and then. Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Huh? Sounds kind of self-important, but...
Ez eddig csak cuki. Ez really cuki amúgy, ennyi. Okay, I'm curious about how she did it.
Complicated as you think.
Jaj, már megint. Már megint. Na most ki járt ott? Nem tudom, a Master?
Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of Demons, Adeptus Xiao. Guardian of Wangshu.
Kimondja a nevét és jön is.
I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
Én el is felejtettem, hanyadik. Hogy jegyzed meg? Hogy jegyzed meg? És mi lesz a nagy meglepi?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other...
Huh? It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the Guardian Yakshas. You know, just to be social.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape death. The Adepti vanquished the demons. The Millelith fought valiantly, And Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead.
Hogy tudja Zsogli elrontani az összes beszélgetést?
And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right.
Ő a töri tanár.
The consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him. You know him pretty well, huh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far. Our young
Kezdek már unusual dolgokat érezni, főleg Zsongli kapcsán.
Probably the most resilient.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl? Hey, don't look away.
Huh? What? I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw that too. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that, he'd definitely make you eat all your carrots.
Guoba would do that? Isn't that crazy? But now that I think of it, Xianglin told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
You seem pretty quiet today. Is everything okay?
Fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend. Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
An old friend?
He's...
Seeds of story, brought by the wind.
And cultivated by time. Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that saying? Could it be?
It must be. Key.
If I'm not mistaken, there's someone knocking at the door. Don't just sit there, Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in.
No such
need. I'm coming in.
I'm coming in. Pooh.
You finally let me in. Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, it's the tone deaf bot.
Venti. Egy ember kívánsága valóra vált most.
It looks like we're gonna be friends. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. Help yourself. Oh, I'll ask them for another set of This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most authority here. Whoa, these dishes look amazing. Is it really okay for me to join in? All right. It's you. Oh, isn't this Genu?
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 Oh no, he's gonna give the Xingqiu pen name away.
Yep. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genu's works, aren't you? I met Xingqiu at a light novel.
Ezt lehet érteném.
How I wish we'd met sooner. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world
értem. Hát most találkoztak.
as thoroughly as I could.
És Raiden mindjárt ketté vágja a tengert és átsétál, mint Mózes akkorában.
Your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
He's my old pal too.
Xiao, you remember me too, right? We had a chat not long ago.
Yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to run into this...
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, and bards go around singing wherever they...
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in Dihua Marsh. It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help but stay and listen.
Thank you for your patronage.
Gyakorlatilag egy taktikai támadásra most vagyunk a leggyengébbek, mert egy adaptály, 2 arkon, a Traveler... Az összement Unknown God, meg... Várjál, ki van még itt? Meg néhány visionnel rendelkező csoda. Egy tökéletes meteor és béke.
That's very considerate of you.
No wonder.
Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant.
Oh, you're too nice not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know from the sophisticated.
Sokkal jobban meglepődtem volna, ugye egyébként, hogyha Raiden jön be.
That he could very well be an adeptus in disguise. Shao, you're an adeptus. Do you think it might be possible?
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge in that matter.
Really?
Nem akar válaszolni.
Super knowledgeable. Huh?
Mert amúgy, Yoruichit akarok mondani, de hülye vagyok. Nem is ilyen fej. Ja, mikor nemrég volt Sumeruban. Szóval teljesen relatable lenne, csak így Hello guys, I'm here! Így megjelenne.
Mr. Zhang, the guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup of hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like yourself. I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him as the best bard in Mondstadt.
Now you're making me I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill sometimes. There's one I heard a while back that
Amúgy szerintem actually veszélyes lenne, hogyha az arkonok találkoznának egy helyen. Megteremtenék a Paimon elementet.
There's a distinct lack of literary. I think so too.
Ja, egyébként most mindenki azt hiszi, hogy mivel Nahida is méretet változtatott az erőhasználat miatt, ezért most mindenki azt hiszi, hogy az Unknown God, amikor széttépte a Traveleréket, akkor az időváltozás és minden miatt elvesztette a méretét ereje miatt, ezért kicsi lett.
I was afraid about you. Let's shake hands.
Of course.
Hey, Shincho! Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some well-written ones. I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference.
A Traveler nagyon durva. Istenekkel van jóba az összes nemes per neves emberrel. Szembeszállt már több istennel, legyőzte Raident, megmentette Nahidát, civilizációkat állított fel, majd javított meg, átszelte a világot, hogy a lázadókkal csatlakozva Inazumát békére terelje, kísért valakit, aki egyszerre használt 2 vision-t. Folytassuk ezt így tovább! Egyébként ezzel én is egyetértek, ez a Paimon teória most nekem is nagyon tetszik, hogy túl sok erőt használt el azért, hogy egy time linear continuity alakítson ki, ugye, hogy 500 évvel később, 500 évvel fenntartsa a Travelert egy búrában, hogy utána ő bezuhanjon Tivadba, amikor már a húga 500 éve ott él a világban büntetésképpen, és ugye ezzel kívül tudjuk, hogy még 3 másik Traveler is van a világban. Így szerintem elképzelhető, hogy Paimon az ő, de az is teljes mértékben elképzelhető, hogy ez egy olyan dolog, hogy 500 évvel ezelőtt, amikor az Unknown God megjelent, akkor egy időhurkot hozott létre, és Paimon, ugye ő csak még gyerek és felnő, vagy egyébként Paimon végig tudja, hogy amúgy ő mit tesz és hogy teszi. Egyébként nekem egyre inkább azt tűnik reálisnak, hogy Paimon celestiai, és nem is az, hogy celestiai, hanem ő az. Ja, meg egyébként szerintem, hogyha nem is Paimon az Unknown God, akkor Paimon maga az ereje az Unknown Godnak. Úgy értem, hogy az Unknown God erejének a megtestesülése Paimon, és valószínűleg Paimon halála lesz az, ami feltámasztja őt, hogy befejezzük ezt a küldetést.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the tone deaf bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern Rite too?
I heard that Liyue will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly resist the temptation to come take a look?
Azt hiszem a kontaktlencső most adta meg
Getting
magát.
to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think?
Ja, egyébként, mert Celestiától félnek, de nem mondják el miért.
Who hosted the festival? I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him.
Ez is lehet.
Don't think anything of it.
De egyébként Paimon ruházata nagyon megfelel az Unknown God-éval, csak ugye össze van menve.
Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignores the sound of the wind?
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, Liyue Harbor becomes bustling with activity. People are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. It is rather difficult to predict another's whereabouts. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with
Meg ugye a testvérek nem biztos, hogy testvérek. Mert a Traveler nem tartozik divathoz. Az igazság, ez még mélyen el van rejtve.
In my case, tea in lieu of wine.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was exactly what I wanted to say. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble barging in like that, did I? We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea, I'll give a toast with tea too. Everyone, thanks for the treat.
You're welcome.
Bye, Venti!
As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. Considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts.
What's with the urgency?
Az biztos én vagyok én. Are you done eating? Wanna heat up for a walk?
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after.
Paimon will come too.
You are still hungry, right?
Yeah?
Don't worry, we'll be back soon. Na, és akkor erre Paimon most nem jön velünk. Amúgy a történet során most válunk el másodjára Paimontól egyébként. Most itt hagyjuk kajálni, meg egyszer ugye elmentünk az Irminsul Dreamben.
Are you all right? It's hard to describe.
I'm familiar with gathering like
It's
this.
not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. Even I got dragged along to their gatherings many times. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart. It never gets too complicated.
Ja igen, na akkor háromszor.
But this time... That's not what I meant. Or perhaps I should say Rex Lapis is really good at adapting to human life. You could say that he actually enjoys... And that's something I might never be able to do.
You do.
That does sound like something you would say. No matter. I know my circumstances. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels... strangely novel. Yes. The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. I had made mental preparations before agreeing to come. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power. And I knew that you would be here, but I didn't expect the other guests to be... General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself. I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are.
Oh.
I'm not intruding.
You're not.
Hu Tao saw that everyone's done eating and
De olyan, mint hogyha a háború óta alig beszéltek volna, és vagy mint hogyha a háború nem rég történt volna. But not so anxious that she can't eat. Sounds like she's a bit okay.
To be honest, I was kind of worried. You looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here, and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something Yan Xiao made.
You're worrying too much.
Egyetértek.
Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
Please wait. There's another reason why I came looking for you. Here, take these. I brought them for you.
Tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends as well. I visit him at Wangshu Inn sometimes I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu. So I learned a thing or two about the dish. I'll be honest. Before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guests she planned to invite, and asked me for some suggestions on what she should... So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a token of gratitude for your support.
2 pillanat múlva hogy fog kinézni a Shao.
Eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you, Shanling, and go back.
There was no need to.
Fejhallgató tartót fel kellett tennem a fejemre, nem bírtam ki.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yan Xiao cooks. Please let me know if there's any improvement.
Okay.
That's all. Alrighty, we should head back now. We can't keep Paimon.
Paimon? De miért Paimon nem várakoztathatjuk meg? Ezt nem értem. Most kitelne tőlem, hogy ne menjek vissza, amíg az event le nem jár, hogy Paimon ott várjon egyedül. Cinematikus V-ben torkolik tovább az esemény.
You're finally done whispering secrets to each other? So much for promising Paimon you'll be back.
We were pretty quick and you are only angry because you have no sense of time.
How could you say that to Paimon? In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of food, your dessert, is all Paimon's.
Everyone waiting.
Mindenki csak leszarja Paimont.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious business to take care of. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Strive to be more like Hu Tao, Paimon.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even if we're all well acquainted by now,
Egyél akkor, kiskecsög! Egyél! De annyit egyél, hogy repülni se tudj, hogy végre sétálnod kelljen.
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side, that's all. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest among us all. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in all our endeavors in the new year.
Wee!
Perfect symbolism, as expected of Hu. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener.
even for a bard who has traveled all
De
across.
ismerik egymást!
Knowledge were a form of power. One could even say that you're a wielder of unlimited strength.
Nem. Esze ágába sincs Palidi.
The notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent.
Ez már csak akkor lehetne durvább, hogyha itt lenne Ningguang, Ganyu, a Cloud Retainer, a többi Retainer, Shenhe. Akkor lenne, ja, Raiden meg Nahida. Az egy kemény beszélgetés lehetne. És akkor tudjátok, a fatói vezetője csak így a The Captain benyitna, hogy welcome. És elkezd el felrobbani minden.
Is this really the way this works? I didn't cook any of these dishes.
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Xianglin, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the masterful chef's competition. The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Micsoda kameraforgások! Kamera mozdulatok!
If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feyum Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Don't get me involved.
Tapsoljuk meg mindenkit! Várjátok, várom a tapsolást. Tapsolás time!
Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense. We're all sure to make a huge semaphora in the new year. That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good health and happiness. Which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe from evil spirits.
Most úgy érzem magam, mint amikor elbóbiskoltam a Ajdának a kipakolásán, és csak megébredtem arra, hogy tapsolnak, és tapsoltam, hogyha véletlenül legjobb tapsolnak, akkor ne jöjjek ki a hülyének.
Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today. We should...
I refuse.
Me?
Certainly not the most distinguished guest here.
Is he going to say
We
Zhangli?
should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observations.
Wait,
One
don't.
person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
És a Traveler lesz az. Oké. Várjatok, ezek a nézések. Azt akartam, hogy rájuk néztek a csajok, de...
No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again.
I'm not the only well-connected person here, though.
Who else is there?
De hogy néznek?
Huh? Does that mean Paimon's the most distinguished guest? Oh, well, that was unexpected.
I agree. Paimon's just the one we need. Without a friend constantly by your side,
Now you are a prisoner.
The journey would become dreadfully long, but once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way will become lively and vibrant too.
Ah, the traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon,
Amúgy a legtöbb időt eddig Liyue-ban töltöttük. Bár az összes nationből.
making your journey a happy and...
You guys! Paimon's not used to being praised. Those were genuine compliments, right? Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
That is indeed true.
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler as Guoba is to me.
Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any objections before we proceed?
I trust
No.
the traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is.
Paimon!
The world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend. Paimon will be refilling and lighting the incense for us.
Azért figyeljünk. Szerintem bármikor elpusztíthatja a világot. Újabb Kandreát. Oké. Akkor ez volt, gyerekek, a nagy meglepetés, 2 arkon, egy helyen. Na de akkor milyen fejet vágott volna mindenki, hogy amikor az ajtón Hu Tao bejön, a tesónkkal jön be. Na akkor milyen feje lett volna a közönségnek?
I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Thanks for the treat, director.
You don't have to go all polite on me. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home.
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as Mr. Zhongli. I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime. It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow.
Bye. Oh, we should write poetry together
Ez egy utalás akart lenni, hogy a következő event az Monsterba lesz? Remélem, hogy nem. Nem szeretem a Monster eventeket. Slay!
Don't forget to return to the parlor later.
Valahogy, vagy elhozta volna Csicsit. Nem, úgy jött volna meg Shao, hogy Csicsi húzza a lábán, elfogva, és becsapja az ajtót. Bye!
Just Zhongli will. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire to rest at sundown.
De nem vagy, ha nem tudsz meghalni, te fasz.
As Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to...
Heaven forbid. Not you too.
I meant what I said. I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained a lot more knowledge. The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a few things about her research topic. From the evidence she found and the conclusion she made, her area of research is already very close, but there are multiple sides to humans. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending, while others were kind and capable. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary are something more akin to close companions.
Mi volt ez nana? Vagy mire fel volt? Elbambultam.
But the traveler has proved otherwise, so there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
I mean, Zhongli, what you're saying...
It looks like you understood what I'm... the director asked me to accompany you on your return. But I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around and admiring the night scenery. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director.
Goodbye! Bye, Zhongli!
Everyone's gone. Paimon always feels a little like... At least you always stay by Paimon. No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side.
It's my honor.
Good that you were aware of that, Shell. Is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight. But it's time for me to leave. The events of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness.
The feelings, Mutal. You don't have to thank me every time. Hát a következő event ez a Spring Festival kéne legyen, ha a korábbi frissítések alapján megyünk, és ez Mondstadtban van, tudom, gondolom. Azt is említi meg amúgy. És ezzel lezártuk az eventet. Egyébként ez egy hosszú event volt. És ugye még vannak feladatok az eventben, amiket meg tudsz csinálni, mert Festival Feverem nincs. És ezeket mind in progressben vannak. De ehhez meg... hagyja Preparational Quest-tel? Szóval ugye ezek vannak készen. És ugye még vannak ezek a small level... Ő eddig is itt volt? Ő eddig nem volt itt. Eddig nem volt itt. És ugye ezeket még meg kell csinálnom ahhoz, hogy kimaxoljam az eventet. Hát Palidi, ez egy olyan event, hogyha kihagytad, akkor soha nem tudod meg ki Madame Ping. Soha. Szóval azért nem értem, hogy ezek az eventek amúgy miért nem, vagy ezek miért eventek és miért nem lore pointok. De viszont gyerekek, köszönöm szépen mindenkinek, hogy itt volt és nézte ezt a csodát. Hát figyeljetek! Nem tudom, hogy mit lehet kezdeni igazából az információval azzal, hogy ha kihagytad, hogy nem tudod ki Madame Ping, akkor igazából magadra vess, mert te hagytad ki, de az, hogy a Genshin így csinálja meg, ez egy nagyon gonosz dolog. Én rettenetesen sajnálom amúgy, hogy ez így van megcsinálva, és egy csomóan nem fogják megtudni, hogy ki is ez a Madame Ping, de viszont it's okay. El tudjuk nézni, el tudjuk fogadni. Mi már tudjuk, ez a lényeg, akik pedig szeretnék megtudni, azok megnézik a vodot. Ilyen egyszerű. Ma este találkozunk akkor még AC-ban, azt egy fokkal valamiért most jobban várom, mint ezt az eventet vártam, viszont nagyon tetszett az event. Ez a jó amúgy, hogy ugye ezek a vodok és ezek a random videók felkerülnek az internet világára, így bárki megtudhatja őket, és én is ezért csinálom őket. Este akkor találkozunk gyerekek az AC streamen, óriási pacsi mindenkinek, sziasztok! Legyen szép napotok, bye bye! Bye bye!